Hold on, man. You gotta wait up. I'm next. I'm next. I got next. Oh, pretty high, bro.
Hey, BZB gearheads, welcome back. My name's Chris. Today we're going to be going over a video wall processor that may change your life. It's so simple to connect. Your grandmother even be able to connect this guy. Basically what this thing is it creates a 2x2 video wall, meaning 4 TVs, 2 high, 2 wide. And what's really great about it is it's super affordable, but it has a special unique feature that I'm going to go over with you guys in a second. I just wanted to give you some understanding of exactly what this has to offer, which is a 4K at 60 Hertz HDMI input that gives you 444 source support, as well as 4 1080p HDMI outputs at 60 Hertz. As well, we actually have an optical extraction port, so if you need digital audio, you can extract out of here, and we have RCA for analog audio. These do support PCM 2-channel. If you need anything more than that, you're going to want to parallel out of your sources into another device like a surround sound receiver. If you have a third-party control system, it does support RS-232 control as well. Small, compact, simple. What really makes this guy cool is you do not need a web user interface or a software program. Many times video wall processors can be fairly complex when it comes down to the configurations, the layouts, the bezel adjustments, meaning, as you can see, these guys have bezels, right? Well, typically you do a video wall, you need to measure from the outside TV bezel all the way to the other side, and then also measure the insides both horizontally and vertically. And then you need to do your calculations in the software. It gets kind of confusing and typically requires some expertise. What's unique about this video wall processor is that it actually has just a little handy dandy remote that makes everything simplified. With this remote, you can change the layouts, meaning if I wanted to go to a 1x2, a 1x3, a 1x4, 2x1, 3x1, or 4x1, I could do that. As you can see right now, we have a proper layout, but I'm just going to mess it up for us here and do the 4x1. It takes typically about 5 seconds. You're going to notice it looks all crazy, meaning that the panels aren't laid out properly for this format. Same if I were to do like a 1x3. These are typically used for digital signage. A lot of you folks call up, you ask, hey Chris, I want to do a 2x3 or something. You have to remember that the aspect ratio that videos, movies, so forth are recorded in is typically a 16:9, 16:10 maybe. And when you try to put that on a video wall that is not basically a 16:9 rectangular shape, you're going to end up with black bars. Some of you see that on your high definition TVs when they do like a 4x3, for instance. It doesn't support the 16:9. So anyway, with this guy, you're going to want to make sure you do a 2x2. That's what this supports. We do have other video wall processors if you're interested. We can talk about those later as another video. So now you can see we got different layout. We're going to go back to our 2x2, which is our full video wall. You can also do the 1x1, which basically means each TV gets its individual picture. I'll show you that. Three, 2, and 1. There you go. All right, but we like the big image. We like the 2x2 with Mortal Kombat. We want all the action, big and bold on the screen. Again, I'm doing this from the remote. It's got all these different layouts right here, simple and easy to use. Above those, you will notice A, B, C, D. Well, what does this represent, you're asking? Well, what is cool about this product is you can flip the images, meaning you can do a 180 with the image in order to support, say, consumer-based TVs. Some of you folks call me up and you say, Chris, you know, I bought these 4 great Samsung TVs. They were cheap. They were at Costco for like 350 bucks each. I want to do a video wall. But then you got them home, you unboxed them, and you said, what is the obstruction underneath? There's this little bezel thing, impediment. Basically, what I'm talking about is that little notch out for a logo, an IR signal. Each TV's got something going on typically that means it's not really a video wall TV. Well, with this unit here, you can actually get that TV, and if you were to hang it upside down, meaning flip these 2 top TVs upside down, the bezel impediment would then be on the top. But then, of course, your picture would be upside down. Well, with a simple ABCD correction here, I can actually flip the image, A representing TV1, B2, C3, 4D, you get the point. Takes about, again, 5 seconds in between these little switches. As you can notice, my character is upside down right now. His body's down here, looks great, spliced in half, up here. It's usually what happens when I win at Mortal Kombat. They just get spliced in half and flipped upside down. Actually, I get beat all the time. But anyway, cool game, really like it. And I wanted to show you this video game, for example, because it has these squares. So let's go on to the next thing. Again, if I wanted to flip TV number 2, I would just press B. You're gonna notice both of these upside down in about 3 seconds. 2 and 1. There you go. This is straight, so if our TVs were upside down, we would have an image right now and save a bunch of money. Really cool feature. So let's go back to our standard. You gotta do one TV at a time. I'm gonna do A first. That's gonna come back to a normal position. And let's do B. And no, folks, this is not wireless, sorry to tell you. I'm actually pointing at the system in the rack. We just have this one here as demo. It also has some front panel control, including the mode and the audio button, but most of your functions are gonna be right here on this remote. So we're back to normal here. What I wanted to point out, though, was these little boxes here. You'll notice these boxes are symmetrical at this point. I have this on what's called bezel correction number 2. At the bottom of the remote, you're gonna notice a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Each one of these numbers represents a standard bezel size in the industry, meaning instead of having to go into your software, like I was mentioning, calculate, do all these measurements, which is usually beyond most people's technical capabilities, this one gives you actually 5 presets to get as close as you possibly can to the best picture based on the size of your bezel. So, right now we're on 2, which pretty much looks accurate. If you look at these squares and you measure them, they basically align perfectly. But if I went to number 5, what would happen? Three, 2, and 1. There you go. As you can see, things have changed. We now have our little characters in the box here. The square has gotten shorter. So that would not be for this particular bezel. If I went the extreme the other way, number 1, it should be elongated. So with this guy, you're gonna see the characters' boxes are actually a lot longer than they should be when they meet at the bezel. For instance, these 3 here compared to these 3. So it's as simple as that. You just basically put your TVs up on the wall, start at 1, go through all 5, figure out which ones look right. If you want to use a little measuring tape, you can. I recommend using some type of grid in order to really get the most precise layout possible. So I'm going to go back to number 2 because that looks horrible. There's also an audio, so if you need the audio, if you are extracting it, there is a button here for audio as well, and even a factory reset. There you have it. So, right there, guys, save money, save time, make things easy on yourselves. Pick up the BG-UHD-VW2x2 for all your video wall needs. Again, it's got audio extraction on it, 4 HDMI outputs, an HDMI input, and an HDMI loop out. That means if you had another monitor, say to your left or right or somewhere else in the house, and you wanted to run the image, you could actually do that. Pretty convenient, cool little unit, small, compact, easy to use. Can't go wrong with BZBGEAR's video wall processor. If you got a question though, leave it here on the comments, hit us up on an email, give us a call. We do have some other video wall processors that are a little more elaborate. If your particular application is more commercial based, we can help you out with that, digital signage, whatever you need. BZBGEAR is here. We're always here to help out our customers. Thank you for joining me. My name's Chris, signing off. Have a nice day.